Hello guys. Welcome back to GH Spoilers channel. Today, we will learn about the issue that may finally push one of General Hospital's most turbulent mother-daughter relationships past the point of no return. This time, it's not just emotional betrayals or twisted family secrets tearing them apart, it's something far darker. Something criminal. Something that, once uncovered, will not only jeopardize lives but destroy what fragile trust still remained between Nina and Willow. At the center of it all is a vial of ketamine, a trail of suspicion, a mother's hidden sin, and a daughter's final breaking point. Nina Reeves has made more than her share of mistakes over the years, and while Port Charles has often forgiven her or at least tolerated her, nothing she's done before compares to what she's hiding now. Beneath her polished appearance and carefully chosen words lies a devastating truth. She is the one who drugged Drew Kane. And that act, driven by fear, manipulation, or perhaps desperation, has now put everything she values at risk. As Drew continues his quest to uncover the identity of the person who laced his water with ketamine, Nina's anxiety escalates with each passing hour. She knows it's only a matter of time before the truth emerges. And when it does, the consequences may be irreversible. Drew has already begun digging. Initially, his suspicions landed squarely on Tracy Quartermaine. But to have had a complicated relationship, one built on sharp instincts, power struggles, and a mutual mistrust that has never quite faded. Tracy, for her part, has never been known for subtlety or restraint. It wasn't a far leap for Drew to imagine she might have spiked his drink to gain leverage or disrupt a sensitive negotiation. But when he confronted Tracy with his suspicions, her reaction was not the one he expected. Cold, dismissive, and ultimately offended, Tracy made it abundantly clear that while she may play hardball in business, she draws the line at poisoning people. That confrontation left Drew frustrated but also more determined. He knew someone had deliberately targeted him, and if it wasn't Tracy, the list of suspects became shorter but more dangerous. That's when Willow stepped in. Having witnessed the aftermath of Drew's erratic behavior following the ketamine exposure and seeing how close he came to losing control, Willow decided to help him dig deeper. Her experience working at General Hospital gave her insight into how controlled substances like ketamine are stored, accessed, and tracked. She knew the protocols, the weaknesses in the system, and the ways someone could exploit them without leaving an obvious trail. Together, Willow and Drew began quietly reviewing hospital records, supply chain logs, and patient access files. They kept their investigation under wraps, trusting no one, and revealing their suspicions only to each other. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, piece by piece, a picture began to form. There were inconsistencies in the medication logs, small discrepancies that would go unnoticed by most. But Willow, trained to spot anomalies in patient charts, picked up on them immediately. One name appeared too often, too conveniently, and that name was Nina Reeves. At first, Willow resisted the idea. She had worked so hard to find peace with her biological mother, to put aside their painful history for the sake of Wiley and Amelia. She had extended olive branches, accepted apologies, even defended Nina on more than one occasion. The idea that Nina could be capable of drugging someone, let alone Drew, a man she once claimed to care about, felt impossible. Unthinkable. But the evidence was irrefutable. Willow found the final piece of the puzzle while reviewing security logs from the hospital's storage rooms. The timestamp, the access badge, the footage, all pointed to Nina. She had used her hospital credentials to access restricted medications after hours. And the logs showed that a vial of ketamine had gone missing on the same night Drew began exhibiting symptoms of exposure. That was the moment everything changed. The heartbreak that washed over Willow was overwhelming. This wasn't just a mistake or a lie. This was an attack. A crime. An unforgivable breach of trust. All the empathy she had forced herself to feel for Nina over the years vanished in an instant. The woman she had tried so hard to accept as her mother was now revealed to be something else entirely, a dangerous, selfish manipulator who had endangered lives and crossed a line from which there was no return. When Willow confronted Nina with the evidence, the confrontation was unlike anything either of them had ever experienced. Nina, cornered and visibly shaken, tried to deny it at first. But Willow was too prepared, too cold, too direct. When the denials failed, Nina collapsed into tears and begged for understanding. She claimed she had done it to protect Michael, to prevent Drew from interfering in their lives, to keep her family together. But the excuses only deepened the betrayal. Willow stood her ground. She reminded Nina of every chance she had been given, every moment of grace, every opportunity to rebuild. She spoke of the pain she had endured growing up without a mother, only to discover one who seemed incapable of putting others first. Then, without emotion, Willow laid down her verdict. Nina was no longer welcome in her life. Not as a mother. Not as a grandmother. Not as anything. Willow told her flatly that from this moment forward, she was to stay away from Wiley and Amelia. No visits. No calls. No birthdays or holidays or special occasions. Nina had crossed a boundary that could not be uncrossed. And no amount of tears or regret would undo what she had done. For Willow, the safety and well-being of her children came first. And that meant removing Nina from their lives entirely. The declaration hit Nina like a blow to the chest. Her sobs turned desperate. She pleaded with Willow to reconsider, to at least let her explain. She offered apologies, promises, anything she could think of to repair the damage. But Willow had made up her mind. She left the room, leaving Nina broken and alone in the silence of her guilt. What happens next is uncertain. With her secret now exposed to Willow, Nina may still face legal consequences if Willow and Drew decide to go public. But there's another secret that may come to light, and it could make everything worse. In a moment of weakness, fear, or passion, Nina once crossed another line. She and Drew had slept together. A single night that neither of them intended to revisit. A night buried in shame and silence. But now, with the web of lies unraveling and her credibility in tatters, Nina might feel compelled to confess this final betrayal, perhaps as a misguided attempt at honesty, or as a desperate play for sympathy. If she does, it will only deepen the rift. Willow's forgiveness, once already stretched beyond reason, may never be offered again. And Michael, still unaware of the full extent of Nina's actions, may have his own reckoning when the truth comes out. As for Drew, his next move will shape the fallout. He now knows that Nina was behind the drugging that nearly destroyed his life. Whether he pursues justice in court, exposes her publicly, or chooses to let the matter fade in exchange for peace, remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, the damage has already been done. Trust is shattered, relationships are broken, and the future of Nina's role in the lives of her daughter and grandchildren is more uncertain than ever. This is General Hospital, where secrets never stay buried, and redemption always comes at a cost. As this storyline continues to evolve, one can only imagine what will happen next in the lives of Port Charles's most complicated family. But one thing is certain, Nina's world is crumbling, and there may be no one left to help her pick up the pieces. Next, we're delving into the captivating return of Emma Scorpio Drake to Port Charles, a storyline that has sparked intense fan reactions and unearthed hidden secrets tied to her past. Airing on Tuesday, June 10, 2025, this episode promises to unravel more layers of mystery surrounding Emma's dramatic transformation, her unexpected connection to Professor Henry Hank Dalton, and the lingering questions about what she might be concealing. With fresh perspectives, inventive details, and expanded narratives, we'll explore Emma's controversial homecoming, the evolution of her character under Brendan Bruner's portrayal, and the potential for romance with Joe Palmieri. Additionally, we'll dive into the shadowy past linking Emma to Dalton and the ongoing investigation led by Anna Devane and Jason Morgan. Join us as we uncover the intrigue and drama heating up in Port Charles. Emma's shocking return, a new persona in Port Charles. Back in December 2024, the quiet streets of Port Charles were shaken by the sudden reappearance of Emma Scorpio Drake, a young woman long thought to be immersed in her studies at UC Berkeley. Her grandmother, Anna Devane, a seasoned former WSB agent, was caught completely off guard by Emma's unannounced arrival. Her expression a mix of joy and bewilderment at seeing her granddaughter back in town. Initially, Emma's return stirred a whirlwind of controversy among General Hospital fans who were accustomed to the gentle, endearing portrayal by Brooklyn Silzer. With Brendan Bruner stepping into the role, the character underwent a startling transformation, emerging as a bold, almost unrecognizable figure, a shift so stark it left family and viewers alike reeling. This episode might depict Anna reminiscing over old family photos in her living room, contrasting the sweet Emma of yesteryears with the enigmatic woman now before her. While early confusion gripped Emma's close circle, including her stunned relatives at the Quartermain mansion, fans have since warmed to this new iteration, eager to see where her story leads. A dramatic shift, embracing the new Emma. The Emma Scorpio Drake who once charmed Port Charles with her innocence seems a distant memory, replaced by a young woman whose personality swings to daring and defiant extremes. This drastic change, akin to a complete overhaul of her former self, initially jarred even her closest allies, prompting whispers of what could have triggered such a reinvention. Was it a tumultuous experience at college, or something deeper hidden beneath her tough exterior? Over the past months, however, glimpses of vulnerability and kindness have peeked through her hardened facade, reminding fans of the heart that still beats within. This episode could showcase a tender moment at Kelly's diner, where Emma shares a hesitant smile with a longtime friend, hinting at the internal struggle behind her bold new persona. Brendan Bruner's portrayal has won over skeptics, turning Emma into a storyline frontrunner, with social media buzzing about her dynamic presence. Fans are now rooting for this reinvented Emma, captivated by the layers Bruner brings to every scene. Romance on the horizon, Emma and Gio's budding connection. Amidst the upheaval of Emma's return, a spark of potential romance has ignited with Joe Palmieri, a young man whose own life has recently been upended by family revelations. Their interactions, laced with tentative glances and unspoken chemistry, hint at a storyline that could become a fan favorite if the writers nurture it with care. This episode might feature a chance encounter at the park, where Emma and Joe bond over shared feelings of being outsiders in Port Charles, their laughter a brief escape from their respective burdens. According to recent ABC General Hospital news updates, the pairing of Emma and Joe continues to receive overwhelmingly positive feedback across platforms like X and Instagram, with viewers praising their natural rapport. Could this budding relationship offer Emma a grounding force amidst her turbulent re-entry, or will her hidden secrets threaten to derail any chance at happiness? The anticipation among fans is palpable, with many hoping for tender, heartfelt moments to balance the heavier drama surrounding her. Unraveling the past, Emma and Dalton's mysterious connection. As Emma settles back into Port Charles, her grandmother Anna Devane's instincts as a former WSB agent kick into high gear, sensing something amiss behind Emma's new attitude. Over the past 5 months, Anna has grown increasingly skeptical of the stories surrounding her granddaughter. Her suspicions fueled by unearthed WSB documentation revealing a prior connection between Emma and Professor Henry Hank Dalton at UC Berkeley. This episode could portray Anna in her study, poring over classified files under the dim glow of a desk lamp. Her brow furrowed as she pieces together a scandal that coincidentally ties both Emma and Dalton to the same incident and now, to Port Charles. Intriguingly, fans are puzzled by Dalton's apparent lack of recognition of Emma, despite their shared history in his lab. Was Emma merely a bystander in a student-led protest against unethical experiments, perhaps involving mistreated lab animals, or does her involvement run deeper? The mystery thickens as viewers speculate on the true nature of their past encounter. Secrets and suspicions. What is Emma hiding? The undercurrent of secrecy in this storyline grows stronger with each passing episode, as spoilers hint at significant revelations on the horizon. While the spotlight currently shines on Dalton's undisclosed lab project, a shadowy endeavor that raises ethical red flags, rumors swirl that Emma herself harbors a directive so explosive it could shake Port Charles to its core. This episode might show Emma in a quiet moment, nervously checking her phone for cryptic messages, her guarded expression betraying a burden she can't share. Even as she crosses paths with an oblivious Dalton at the hospital. Is she protecting someone, or hiding her own culpability in the Berkeley scandal? Fans are on edge, theorizing about whether her tough new exterior masks guilt, fear, or a calculated plan. The tension builds as Anna, driven by a grandmother's love and a spy's intuition, digs deeper into the enigma that Emma has become, determined to uncover the truth no matter the cost. Jason joins the hunt, uncovering Dalton's secrets. Next week's episodes promise to escalate the intrigue as Jason Morgan, ever the reliable ally, steps in to assist Anna in her investigation of Professor Dalton. With his knack for navigating Port Charles's underbelly, Jason's involvement could be the key to unlocking the mystery of what ties Emma to Dalton and what they're both concealing. This episode might feature Jason and Anna strategizing at a discreet corner of the Metro Court, their voices low as they discuss infiltrating Dalton's current research ties in town. perhaps uncovering encrypted files or hidden lab records. Will Jason's street-smart instincts lead them to evidence of Emma's hidden agenda, or will they stumble upon a larger conspiracy involving Dalton's past experiments at Berkeley? The collaboration between Anna's analytical mind and Jason's resourceful approach sets the stage for gripping developments. As they race to protect Emma from whatever danger her secrets might pursue to confront her if her actions prove less than innocent. Looking ahead, Port Charles braces for impact. As we gear up for more twists in this enthralling General Hospital saga, Emma Scorpio Drake's return continues to captivate with its blend of personal reinvention and buried mysteries. Her transformed persona, potential romance with Joe, and the shadowy connection to Professor Dalton keep fans glued to their screens, eagerly awaiting the next revelation. This episode could close with a haunting Senima gazing out over the Port Charles skyline from a rooftop, a mix of determination and unease in her eyes. As Anna and Jason's silhouettes move through the night on their mission, will Emma's hidden directive come to light, reshaping her relationships with family and newfound allies? Can Anna protect her granddaughter from the fallout of her past, or will the truth drive a wedge between them? And how will Dalton react if his forgotten connection to Emma resurfaces? Next, we're taking a heartfelt detour from the drama of Port Charles to pay tribute to a deeply personal story as Christina Wagner, beloved star of General Hospital, commemorates the 3rd anniversary of her son Harrison Hale Wagner's passing on June 6, 2025. Joined in this journey of remembrance by her former co-star and ex-husband Jack Wagner, known for his roles on both General Hospital and The Bold and the Beautiful. Christina shares an intimate glimpse into her ongoing grief, the cherished memories of Harrison, and the profound ways she's sought healing. In this extended exploration, we'll delve into the emotional depths of her loss, uncover new facets of Harrison's vibrant life, and honor the enduring bond between a mother and her son. With added details and creative storytelling, we celebrate Harrison's legacy and Christina's strength in navigating an unimaginable pain, reminding us all of the power of love and memory. A day of remembrance, honoring Harrison Hale Wagner. As the calendar turns to June 6, 2025, Christina Wagner finds herself standing at the crossroads of sorrow and gratitude, marking 3 years since the heartbreaking loss of her son, Harrison Hale Wagner, who left this world on June 6, 2022. This somber milestone brings with it a flood of emotions for Christina, a familiar face to General Hospital fans as Felicia Scorpio, and for Jack Wagner, who shares this grief as Harrison's father. The void left by Harrison's absence is a constant ache in Christina's heart, yet she chooses to face this day with reflection, focusing on the light he brought into her life. This moment might be envisioned as Christina visiting a quiet seaside spot in California, a place Harrison loved for its calming waves, where she lays a single sunflower, his favorite, in the shore as a symbol of his enduring spirit. Her journey of mourning, shared publicly to connect with others who grieve, underscores the universal pain of losing a child while highlighting the unique joy Harrison infused into every day he lived. A mother's heartfelt words, love that couldn't save. In a poignant Instagram post, Christina pours out her soul, bearing the raw anguish of a mother powerless to save her child from his inner demons. If the sheer force of my love could have kept him here, he'd still be by my side, she writes, her words echoing the profound helplessness felt in the face of Harrison's struggles. The post, accompanied by a cherished photo of Harrison's infectious smile, captures the duality of her emotions, soon yielding sorrow mingled with the warmth of remembrance. This episode in her life could be imagined as Christina sitting at her kitchen table late at night, penning these thoughts under the soft glow of a lamp, tears staining the page as she recalls every hug, every shared laugh. Her message resonates with fans and fellow mourners, offering a glimpse into the depth of a parent's love that persists beyond physical presence, a love that seeks to honor a child's memory even amidst the sharp edges of grief. Finding solace, Christina's path through grief. Over the past 3 years, Christina Wagner has embarked on an arduous quest for healing, exploring every avenue to navigate the overwhelming tides of loss. From immersive grief counseling sessions to intimate support group meetings where she's found kinship and shared pain, she's sought understanding and peace. Her journey has also led her to the solace of nature, taking long, meditative hikes through the rugged trails of Northern California, where she feels closer to Harrison's free spirit. This could be pictured as Christina pausing on a cliffside trail, the wind carrying her whispered words to Harrison as she gazes at the horizon. Additionally, she's delved into countless books on grief and loss, finding fragments of comfort in stories of others who've walked this path. Through these varied efforts, she's learned to cradle her memories of Harrison, both the joyful and the painful, as anchors that keep her grounded even on the darkest days. Memories that light the darkness, Harrison's vibrant spirit. Harrison Hale Wagner, born on December 1, 1994, was a larger-than-life presence. A young man whose laughter could fill a room and whose size 14 shoes left big footprints on the hearts of those who knew him. Christina fondly recalls the contagious energy of his chuckles, a sound that seemed to bubble up from a boundless well of joy. Simple pleasures, like devouring a chocolate chip cookie from Whole Foods with childlike glee, or his voice jumping to octaves higher when greeting dogs on the street, paint a picture of a soul who found delight in the mundane. This might be envisioned as a flashback moment in a local park, Harrison kneeling to pet a golden retriever, his face alight with pure happiness as Christina watches, her own smile mirroring his. These snapshots of Harrison's lighter side offer Christina a bittersweet balm, reminders of a life lived fully, even if cut tragically short, and they stand as testaments to the brightness he shared with the world. Deep connections, dreams, and struggles shared. Beyond the laughter, Christina treasures the profound conversations she shared with Harrison, moments where he opened his heart about his aspiration and his pain. He dreamed of becoming a world-renowned DJ and music producer, his eyes sparkling as he described late-night sessions mixing beats in his makeshift home studio. This could be imagined as a quiet evening in their living room, Harrison playing a new track for Christina, seeking her honest feedback with a mix of pride and vulnerability. Yet, interwoven with these dreams were confessions of his inner turmoil, the struggles that weighed on his compassionate soul. He overflowed with love and curiosity for others, yet he wrestled with his own darkness, Christina reflects, acknowledging the complex tapestry of his being. These intimate exchanges, filled with Harrison's wisdom and raw honesty, remain etched in her mind, a reminder of a bond that transcended words, even as she mourns her inability to shield him from his battles. Gratitude amidst tears, the power of recollection. Despite the piercing pain of loss, Christina finds a thread of gratitude woven through her memories of Harrison, a sentiment that shines even through her tears. There's a sacred beauty in remembering, even when it stings, she shares, embracing the act of recollection as a way to keep Harrison close. Each memory, whether of his boisterous laughter or a quiet, shared moment over coffee, becomes a touchstone of their unbreakable connection. This could be pictured as Christina tending to a small garden in her backyard, planting marigolds, a flower Harrison once picked for her as a living tribute. Her hands trembling with emotion but guided by love. Her reflections highlight a resilience born from acknowledging both joy and sorrow, a determination to honor Harrison by living with the same openness and passion he embodied. This gratitude, though hard-won, transforms her grief into a celebration of a life that continues to inspire her every day. An eternal bond, Harrison's presence within. In a deeply moving revelation, Christina shares a newfound source of comfort, a scientific discovery that a mother's body can retain fetal cells from her child for a lifetime. It means Harrison resides within me in memory, in spirit, and even in my very body, she muses, finding solace in the idea that a part of her son is forever intertwined with her essence. This concept could be visualized as Christina touching her heart during a quiet moment at dawn, a serene smile breaking through her grief as she feels Harrison's presence in a tangible way. This profound connection offers a layer of peace, a reminder that while Harrison may no longer walk beside her, his legacy endures within her very being. It's a thought that bolsters her spirit, reinforcing that the love they shared transcends the boundaries of life and death, anchoring her as she continues to navigate the unimaginable void left by his absence. A legacy of love, Harrison lives on. Harrison Hale Wagner's life, though tragically brief, continues to ripple through the hearts of his mother, father, extended family, and friends who knew his vibrant soul. Born with a boundless capacity for love and taken too soon on June 6, 2022, Harrison's memory fuels Christina's resolve to face each day with courage, inspired by his zest for life. This could be depicted as a community gathering in Port Charles on this anniversary, where friends and castmates of Christina's share stories of Harrison. Perhaps at a local venue decorated with photos of his DJ setups, honoring his dreams. Through her public journey of grief, Christina Wagner stands as a beacon of maternal strength, a testament to an enduring love that defies loss. Her story reminds fans of General Hospital and beyond that Harrison's legacy is not just in the past but in every act of kindness and every burst of laughter inspired by his memory. As she carries him with inherent spirit, in body, and an endless love, Harrison remains an indelible part of her world.